Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to King of the Ring. I wanted to give you a brief rundown of how the league is broken down so that way you know how to utilize everything to the fullest of its capabilities and make it easy on you. That said, let's get right into it. The general manager's office, you have the announcements where you'll find the GM making any announcements that he needs to make you aware of. This is where you'll find anything that he is trying to communicate with you. If you have any issues, your first step is to reach out to the general manager. For the King of the Ring, that would be luxury tax. Now, if you go more than 24 hours and you have not heard from luxury tax, then you can reach out to me, Zamogul, CEO, President of WME. As well as if he makes a call and you don't necessarily agree with it, you're more than welcome to take a second stab and try to come my way. Not to say that I will undermine what my GM has stated, because oftentimes I will support, but I will be willing to hear you out. So that's just what it is. Welcome to the league is where you currently started. Getting into the scheduling calendar. This is where you're going to find the information about how to play your game. The schedule of the week will be posted here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as that it corresponds with the sim schedules. So, what you can do is utilize this to figure out who your next opponent is, as you'll see the teams. That said, when you join, you're gonna, whatever team you're selecting, you're gonna need to put in parentheses so that way they're able to identify you. In terms of upcoming events, we will use this particular channel to let you guys know when the next sim is, and if we're making any modifications because of a holiday or anything like that. The When Can You Wrestle? So here's how this works. Me, Luxury Tax, have a match. We DM each other. And once we've agreed on a time, you post it right in here, because this is what the GM will be able to refer to in terms of scheduling your game. So once one of you, it doesn't matter who it is, puts the scheduled time in the game, that's considered to be locked. And the other person, whomever it is, needs to go behind them and click check mark or whatever, saying that he's agreed to this time frame. So that way we know we have a mutual agreement. If more than 24 hours goes by and you have not heard from your opponent, then you also need to utilize this to say, hey, I've reached out to my opponent and I've received no response, and you need to provide a screenshot showing that you actually have done so. So that way we have proof, and it is undeniable. The end result will be a straight sim. I would not wait to hear from your opponent and expect him to reach out to you. It is your guys' job to reach out to one another. So if neither one of you do so, don't be upset when you get a straight sim. Take the initiative. Now, getting into the King of the Ring news. So this is where you will find the Daddy's League, the King of the Ring website. It'll take your link directly to it, so you'll have access to it round the clock. Locked In is going to be Sticks Black's YouTube series, where he'll post weekly videos in addition to my own. Then you'll have the Daddy League's information that all funnels into this particular page. The Lights, Camera, Action is going to be the chat room where the community of the 32 have the ability to chat. The live in the squared circle is actually not going to be something that we need. We made an audible, so I'll delete that as we speak. Big Bank Tank, Little Bank. So that's where you can do your side betting with your other league members. If you want to do a set matchup in the league and you want to bet on it, you guys follow the exact protocols for betting. But I got to have documentation that you agree. Booth 1, 2, and 3. So what that pretty much is a way for you guys to voice chat with each other, to set up a time frame if you feel the need to do so, rather than just messaging back and forth. If you have a lot going on, it might just be easier for you to use your voice. Or if you just want to use the format to talk shit and work out a trade, by all means, knock stuff out. But you got 3 different channels, so that way you're not overlapping with somebody else. Tag someone else. Adjust this so you can see. So this is the trading area. First and foremost, there is a trade form. There's a link right there. You'll need to download Google Sheets and you'll have access to do the trade. It is pretty cut and dry. All you have to do is click your link. It'll automatically pull it up here. And then all you have to do is fill in the information. It's pretty simple. And then you'll refer back to the rules in terms of meeting the parameters of whether or not it will get an approval. You see that there's a percentage there. I think that's the way I did it. I might have actually done it by numbers. I'll have to double check. But either way, we'll make sure you have a solid understanding. But Team A with their trades, the position, overall, blah, 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 blah. And then you put that all in there. And then what you do is you copy the link and you post it into the trade submitting section. Let me pull it back up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So submitting trades. And so then you would post your link in there. And then my staff team will review the trade and authenticate it, make sure it has not been kind of manufactured or made up, if you will. And if it's within the parameters, it'll get approved. If it's not, it'll get declined. And you'll know where you stand. And I'm working really hard to make sure that this happens within a trade or within the sim time frames. So if you make a trade, I'm trying to make it towards within 24 hours. I'm really hoping that that happens. Hopefully sooner, but at the very least 24 hours. So please be patient throughout this process so I can make adjustments as needed. In fact, the signing on the dotted line is going to be where they communicate whether your trade is approved, because multiple people obviously will submit trades. So this is where you'll find whether or not your trade is approved or not. If you wish to put an individual on the trade block, all you have to do is post the picture of that individual and all their attributes right there. They can go in and do the work. I have configured the app to where you can't send messages. All you can do is post the picture of what it is that you're trying to potentially give up. So if it's Devontae Freeman, it'll just be a picture, screenshot, boom, he's in there. If somebody wants to inquire, they can directly message you about it. It's pretty simple. Again, this is the contract. So the only other thing that you might be thinking, and I totally understand it, is oh my God, there is a lot in here. How am I going to keep this straight? Plus, I still have the WME. I'm so glad you brought that up. So let me just back this up so that way you can see. How are you going to be able to tell when the WME, and how are you going to tell when there's messages in King of the Ring? Well, I'm glad you asked. So zooming in, there's going to be that little bitty dot that you'll see right there. That means there's messages right there. So then you can click right over and see exactly what you need to know and see where the message is. So right now, JC wants to know who wants to run a game. What up, JC? And it's that simple. Should you guys have any questions, please, by all means, let me know. But otherwise, you are all set. And keep in mind, once you join the league and once you've selected your team, you are not to go into free agency until 3 p.m. Central. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining King of the Ring, brought to you in part by World Madden Entertainment. Your host, The Mogul. I'm out of here. Enjoy, have fun, and compete.